Hi everyone, my name is Adam Mintz and I'm the president of Athletes Collective. We're the makers of high quality, affordable, but completely unbranded sportswear for men. We're based out of Toronto, Canada, and I'm here to talk to you a little bit about my company and some of the things we learned from recent Kickstarter from actually not so recent last summer, and kind of what's happened since that, some of the lessons we've taken away and what we'll be doing going forward. So I was asked to talk a little bit about what happened during our Kickstarter campaign and some of the lessons we learned. So, to tell you the truth, I'm not quite sure in the end that our product and our brand was really right for Kickstarter. It was something we tried. We really wanted to see if it was something that the market was interested in. And that's why we did it. Obviously, we were trying to raise funds and hopefully expand the collection. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. We didn't reach our $20,000 goal. Actually, it was $25,000. But what we wanted to do, but what we ended up doing is we got about $12,000. And but it showed us that about 125 people from across the world were interested in what we were doing. So you kind of have to take away some of the good with some of the bad. So even if you don't reach your goal, doesn't mean it was a complete failure. It was able to prove to certain people who we needed to prove it to that this was something the market really wanted. When I say that that our product may not have been right for Kickstarter, the thing about Kickstarter is that it generates a lot of buzz within Kickstarter. And one of the common misconceptions, I think, is that Kickstarter is something that goes viral very quickly all around the web, and everybody just latches onto something and it's going to make hundreds of thousands or even millions of dollars if it's a really interesting product. The truth is that most people who buy on Kickstarter are Kickstarter buyers, which is very different than regular online buyers. There's a lot of people out there who do not know what Kickstarter is, don't know how to pledge, don't really understand the premise. Just to give you an example, we were featured in a front page article in the business section of one of the biggest newspapers in Toronto, the Toronto Star, and it got us about 2,000 hits on our website in less than 7 days, and that was one of the biggest spikes we'd ever seen, and I think it converted about 5 or 6 people on our Kickstarter campaign. So it did get us some buzz, which helped. So, that kind of led us to where we are today, which is working on this full time. But one of the things you really have to realize when you're on Kickstarter is that you have to appeal to Kickstarter buyers. And a lot of the products that are there are, for lack of a better term, kind of made for TV products. And I'm not quite sure that our product fit into that category. A lot of the apparel companies that are out there, they claim a lot of very unique materials, fabrics, sweat-proof this and anti-shrink that, and anti-odor this and anti-odor that. While we have unique points of difference, I think our clothing and our concept was almost too basic for Kickstarter, and it needed to be something that was really unique rather than something that was, affordable and interesting and something that people might try eventually. It needed to have that serious hook that maybe we didn't have. But at the end of the day, it did work because we ended up getting some seed funding from private investors who saw what we had done on Kickstarter and then took a little closer look at what our company had done in a year and a half that we had been in business and realized that it was something worth investing in and trying out. One of the other things I was asked is to give advice to other entrepreneurs, future entrepreneurs, which I'm not quite sure we are in the position to do so. But one of the things I can do is I can help people out there who are either thinking about starting their own business or already started their own business or doing this as a side business while they're working, which is what myself and my partner were doing, and maybe learn from some of our mistakes or think about being more focused going forward. So I actually have a few things that are here. I'll be looking off to the left for a little just to tell you what I did learn. So, at first there was a lot of trial and error, and one of the things we did when we started is we threw a whole bunch of stuff against the wall, and we're thinking what would work. We kept looking at what best practice was for bigger companies, but we didn't realize that well, we didn't know this, but bigger companies tend to have much bigger budgets, and we basically had no budget. We spent a lot on our website to build it, to build the brand, which didn't leave us a ton of money for actual marketing dollars. And when you're selling a product that is an online product, we sell only through our website. The buzz really has to generate online. One of the things that we're doing going forward is we're really planning, which is something we didn't do in the first year and a half of the business when we were doing it on the side. It's only been about 3 months since I've been doing this full time, and I can tell you those first 3 months we're planning for the next 12 months. And so if you're going to start a business and you're going to really make it a business rather than something that's on the side, plan for what it is you want to do, whether that's 12 months ahead, 3 months ahead, 6 months ahead. Make a plan. Make a plan of action, what you think you want to do. Obviously, you'll be able to direct yourself and you'll be able to go in different directions, as you see fit, but try to have a plan from the beginning. If you're not spending a ton of money, then you can throw a bunch of stuff against the wall and hope something sticks. But if you're actually going to start and put real investment dollars behind your business, it's always good to plan. And just be weary of what works for big businesses do not necessarily work for small businesses. We're an athletic apparel company, and the formula for big athletic apparel companies generally give your stuff to high performance, to professional athletes. Pay them lots of money and they'll promote your product, and bingo, you've got a huge business. But when you don't have those kind of dollars, you have to think differently. So one of the other questions they asked was what are we doing going forward? Well, instead of doing 10 or 15 different things marketing and promotion wise, this year we're doing about 4. So we're really focusing on things that we think are really going to be helpful, beneficial to the business. So one of the things we're doing is we're going to 2 very large fitness trade shows, one in Toronto, one out in LA. We're building a booth with a very strong emphasis on design. And we've actually hired a designer to help design the actual booth. So this is where our marketing dollars this year are going, is to really wow people at trade shows. The other place our marketing dollars are going is we have invested in a media buying company who is going to be helping us place ads this year online and help to retarget people once they visited our site. And so that's another big part. So it's trade show. So trade show, online media buy, and one of the other things we're really investing in is the brand experience when people buy our product. So if you're an online business, there's a big difference between sending out your product and sending out what we like to call, or what people call, marketing industry calls, a brand experience. So with every new customer, they're receiving, we have a branded 32-ounce water bottle, a special drawstring bag with a zipper pouch in the front, and it comes with a personalized note from myself, actually, just thanking people for coming. And these little touches can go a long way. Yes, it will eat into your margins. There's no doubt about it, but it's really hard to put a price on people getting a good brand experience. If you think about how Apple's the easiest example, whenever you open their product, it's an experience. And that's what we're hoping people are going to see when they buy our product, especially because our product is not very expensive. So we're really hoping to wow people the first time they get our shirts. So they're excited to try it on even before they've touched it. So that's one of the things that we're doing. We're focusing, like I said, a lot on online activities. We've also made a very strong plan in creating a lot of web content, particularly for our blog and our social media spaces. And so we're hoping that, and from our research, we've obviously understood that the more content you create, the more likely it's going to drive people to the website. And that's really the goal, is to drive traffic. When you have a web-based business, you have to realize that most conversion rates, by that I mean how many people come to your website and how many you convert to being actual customers, is only about 2%. So we need to get as much traffic as humanly possible and be very cost feasible about it, or cost efficient, excuse me. So aside from the paid media that we're doing, we're going to be spending a lot of time every single day creating unique content that's going to drive people to the website. Obviously, this includes an email campaign. We're not going to bombard people, but once a week, we're going to be sending updates. We're going to be showing people what the new products are in some of the new designs that we're going to be releasing every single month. We've added small products to our website as well that weren't necessarily part of our core business, but are good add-ons. For instance, we're adding accessories that we've purchased at a very low cost, but they're great. They're unbranded wristbands, and it kind of goes along our entire theme of everything being unbranded. So those are the core things that we're focusing on. And as you can see, we don't have 10 or 15 different activities that we're doing. It's really about 3 or 4 that we're focusing on intensely. So, I mean, if you could learn anything from what we did, especially in the first year and a half when we didn't have any money, and thank God no one gave us any money in that year and a half, because we would have lost all of it, because we didn't really have a plan, and we just tried a bunch of things that we thought would work. We tried an event, and the event cost us, $500, and it didn't net us a single penny. And I don't really think it helped us with our brand. But that was because we were still trying to figure out who we were and where our customer was. And the event really wasn't the right thing to do, even though it was a lot of fun to do. So that's where we are right now. We're launching officially the new collection in about a week and a half from now. And when I say launch, it means that's when our media buy is going to start online. You can go to athletescollective.com and purchase our new collection right now. It is on the website. We just haven't officially launched it. We've got a few new products. We now have a long sleeve, short sleeve, and sleeveless, along with our accessories. Everything you should also know is made in Canada. It was a decision we made to stay here, which helped with, although it didn't help with production cost, it certainly helped us be more efficient with how many products we had to buy. If we went overseas, we would have had to have bought much more product than we wanted to, and we would have been stuck with a lot of inventory that we may not be able to sell in the end. So that's where we are right now. We're really focused on Q1 of 2016. We're working on the plan for Q2. This is kind of how we're planning right now. Is we're planning the year, but we're planning it, kind of 3 months at a time, because we have to see how things go 3 months at a time, and that might not be the right thing. You may want to plan further ahead. We're hoping to get that to that point where we can plan a year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years ahead of time. For now, we've made a very detailed plan for the first quarter. Currently working on the second quarter, which is almost completed, and then we'll get into the third and fourth in due time. Anyways, that's all for now. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me. My email is adam@athletescollective.com. And like I said, feel free to check out the website, www.athletescollective.com. Good luck with anything you guys end up doing, future endeavors. Listen, it's been about 3 months since I started working on this full time. It's been the best 3 months of my life. I've been very, very fortunate to be able to do this. And I hope it continues well beyond this year that we have to prove ourselves. That's all for now. Take care, and good luck.